This is Henry, a businessman from Dallas.
Hello there.
Henry is a meeting planner who brings people together for a living. This is Henry's brain, always on the lookout for a business-friendly city to host his annual convention. Henry had never considered Tampa Bay as a possibility because he had never been here. Until one day when the Visit Tampa Bay sales team invited Henry to Tampa Bay for a visit. Here, he was pleasantly surprised by the many places he experienced.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
Henry's brain was quite pleased to discover a city rich with history, culture, and the best weather in the world.
I'm quite pleased.
Most of all, the people of Tampa Bay were warm and welcoming.
Here, have a craft beer.
Henry could have chosen any destination for his convention, but his visit here made his city selection, well, a no-brainer. And that's where our story begins, with Henry and his decision to bring his business to the Bay.
Let's get this party started.
When convention week arrived, so did Henry, on time and very excited. But he didn't come alone. He brought with him a credit card, a big checkbook, and plenty of cash. From the airport, Henry took a taxi downtown.
Where to, fella?
On his way, stopping at the store to buy some suntan lotion, a phone charger, and some souvenirs for his kids. And yes, he also bought a lotto ticket.
I'm feeling lucky.
Arriving at his hotel,
Thanks for the
Henry
lift.
paid and, of course, tipped the cabbie. After checking in and slipping the bellman a tent spot, Henry turned up the air conditioning in his room, then called a local restaurant to make a reservation for 22 of his co-workers. After dinner, Henry returned to his room, flossed his teeth, called his family, took a long hot shower, and finally crawled into bed under his clean, fresh sheets. Bright and early the next morning, Henry met with the Visit Tampa Bay people along with all his local vendors. Here, all the arrangements and requirements are reviewed and readied for Henry's convention, which included 1,600 hotel rooms, 1 general session, 2 exhibit halls, 24 breakout sessions daily, 2 banquets, 2 board of directors meetings, 4 committee meetings, 4 lunch functions, 4 breakfasts, 22 coffee stations, and of course, 1 big-ass convention center. Over the next 3 days, Henry's convention hit the Bay hard, but not without a hitch. On Tuesday, Henry spilled ketchup on his best suit. Donnie the dry cleaner came to his rescue.
All clean, sir.
On Wednesday, a big business report had to be quickly reprinted due to a spelling error. On Thursday, 200 engraved awards for his company's best salesman were delivered. All week, Henry and his business buddies visited the bars and boutiques.
Nice and dry.
They went to restaurants and retail
Junior's
shops.
gonna love
One
this.
night, Henry even took his board of directors on a boat ride. In his free time, Henry managed to take in a hockey game, tour the aquarium, cash in at the casino, catch a performance, and of course, stroll the Riverwalk. All this from just one visitor and his business-minded brain. That week, Tampa Bay left quite an impression on Henry, and Henry on Tampa. But our story doesn't end there. You see, Henry brought with him over 2,000 attendees to the Hillsborough County area. Each brought with them a credit card, a checkbook, and plenty of cold, hard cash. Every year, over 8.4 million overnight trips to the Hillsborough County area bring in approximately $2.7 billion. That's billion with a B. $548 million in transportation fees, $615 million in food and beverage receipts, $524 million in recreation activities, $351 million in retail sales, $626 million in lodging revenue. Tourism to Hillsborough also brings us $249 million every year in additional tax revenue. This money directly generates over 29,000 jobs for workers in the tourism industry, and indirectly contributes to thousands more. And that's where our story ends. All across the country with our hero Henry and his business associates, who all returned home safely to tell their friends about their wonderful visit to Tampa Bay. 3 went home to Canada.